What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys an NFL Week 6 video for the main slate. And as usual, I will be using FanDuel salaries in this video. One value play for each position that I like. We do have some questionable guys out there, like, every other week, but we'll nail down some good spots, some good value spots in this video. We have 11 games on Sunday for the main slate, 6 in the early wave, just like last week, and 4 in the afternoon wave, just like last week. So, looking like a pretty good slate. We have some really good matchups, some really good games to look forward to. We have, as a Patriots fan, Drake May getting his first start. I do think that's forced. I don't think that's going to pan out well, especially against the Texans, but we'll have to see. It as no meaning in DFS, in my opinion. But I'm doing a free Guru credit code in this video, like I always do. 20 Guru credits. I'll give you that code after the first couple of my plays. And let's dive right into the value plays. Gonna have this video be fairly quick today, short and sweet and to the point. Quarterback, for good reason, Lamar Jackson's the most expensive at $9,500. He's at home. Fantastic matchup against the Commanders. He's projected 23 fantasy points, by far the most fantasy points on this slate for Sunday. So if you have the money, obviously go up for Lamar Jackson. He is $9,500 though. That's like the highest price I think I've ever seen on a quarterback, or one of them, but it's for good reason. He could go absolutely off. He looked fantastic last week against the Bengals. 36 fantasy points. This guy's looked really good all year long. In the running for the MVP race through the first 5 games. But in terms of value, I do think you could look at Joe Burrow. Great spot, Sunday Night Football. FanDuel, like I've said, they include the Sunday Night Football game on the main slate. DraftKings, they do not. So it would be a FanDuel only play. Joe Burrow looks pretty good against the Giants. Jalen Hurts, not bad at 8,300 with the matchup against the Browns. I do think Barkley takes away from Jalen Hurts. I think I would rather look at Saquon Barkley before I went to Jalen Hurts. But my value play in this video is Dak Prescott. This Lions and Cowboys game is borderline the best game on the slate. We have a 52 over-under. The Cowboys are 3-point underdogs, so the script is saying that they'll be down in this game. They'll need to throw. Dak looks really good at 8K against this Lions defense. There's 2 games on Sunday with an over-under above 50. That's the Ravens and Commanders at 51, and then the Cowboys and the Lions at 52. There are a few games, though, in the mid-40s to high 40s, so it's a pretty good-looking slate overall. I do think Dak at 8K is a good play in a high over-under game. For running back, we're going to pair, we're not going to pair anyone with Dak, but his old teammate, Tony Pollard, used to be on the Cowboys. Now he's on the Titans. Number 1 player on this Titans team, in my opinion. Their quarterback situation is a disaster. Will Levis looks like he's going to get the start after hurting his shoulder last week, but he's probably on a short leash with Mason Rudolph behind him because Levis has looked really bad. DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley are struggling to get going. That's no coincidence with the quarterback play being bad, but Tony Pollard's going to get his share of touches. 22 carries against the Dolphins last week. He's probably going to get 15 to 18 carries. He can get involved in the passing game as well. At only $7,000 and projected for over 14 fantasy points, Tony Pollard looks like a really good value play at running back. The Titans are -3 in this game, a pretty decent 43 over-under. So the script goes in the favor of Tony Pollard. I do like him in this game at only 7K. Really good value play in my opinion for the Titans. For my Guru credit code, go to my website, fd-guru.com. Go to the shop page in the top left here. This is where you get all of your credits to buy content. NFL, obviously on Sunday we'll have plenty of stuff. Still, NBA is, 2 weeks away, not even. So I have early bird deals for that. I'll have plenty of stuff for that. But these coins are used on my website to purchase all the lineups and stuff that I post. And the code this week is Week 6 NFL 24. Week 6 NFL 24, all capital letters, and hit apply coupon, and you'll see coupon successfully applied in green, and you'll get 20 credits. These credits, again, can be used on any lineup that I post on my website. It's the universal currency. You have to be signed in for this to work so the coins can go into your account. Again, message me about NBA deals too. Very excited for that season, and kind of change the karma going on right now because I'm in a little bit of a funk. But for wide receiver, we're going to get cheaper. You could always spend up at CeeDee Lamb at 9,300 with Dak Prescott if you have the money. CeeDee Lamb is projected the most fantasy points over any wide receiver this week. I like CeeDee a lot against the Lions, but to save some money, since I've spent up a little bit here, we're going to go to, is he 50? I think he's 5,600. Yeah. Cortland Sutton at 5,600. This is a great value play. He's the number one wide receiver for the Broncos. Yes, it's Bo Nix. He's struggled to get the ball through the air, but they do have a great matchup at home against the I almost said the Clippers. The Chargers defense that is 31st in the NFL against the pass. The Broncos are 3-point underdogs in this game. It is only a 35 over-under, but Sutton at 5,600 as the number one wide receiver projected for 50 receiving yards is a really good play in my opinion. So I like going to Cortland Sutton at 5,600 and saving some money. Tight end, I like Jake Ferguson a ton. He looks like the best tight end value by far at 6,100. He's also projected for 50 receiving yards. Brock Bowers is as well, but he's a whole $600 more with a worse matchup. I like Ferguson. You don't need to pick Dak Prescott with Ferguson. I think Ferguson is fine on his own, but if you do pick Dak, I think it's a great idea to pick Jake Ferguson too. Him and CeeDee Lamb are the 1-2 punch on this offense. He's been really good this year. Outside of a really slow week 1 game, he's gotten looks from Dak. 25 targets over the last 3 games. I think he was hurt for one of the games. Yeah, he got hurt and was out for week 2, but weeks 3, 4, and 5, a ton of targets, averaging over 10 fantasy points a game. That's all you need from a $6,100 tight end. I like him a lot with Dak against the Lions. And then for D, you do have the Patriots at almost bare minimum. They worked out for me last week when I picked him, getting 10 fantasy points. They're only 3,200. Tough matchup against the Texans. You could look at, spending up at any point. Never going to say you can't, but I do like saving money at defense because it's mainly all luck. I'm going to say the Falcons right now at 3,800 just because of the matchup against Carolina. Falcons are 6-point favorites in this game. Pretty high over-under. Falcons already have, at least against the Saints, have a defensive score when I picked them, which was huge. So their only good defensive week was against the Saints, and that was the only time I had them. So maybe we can keep the good juju going. But at the end of the day, as long as you're not picking a defense against like your roster, like if you have Dak and Ferguson, just don't pick the Lions defense. Outside of that, you can basically pick any defense you want. There's a lot of luck involved for defense. That'll do it for this video, guys. Give it a like, subscribe, and until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.